But what is the best way to do it? Well, let's say, hypothetically, the government's going to issue new currency, and you're going to have 30 days to turn it in. They're not going to give you any longer than that if they give you that long. And they're going to give you one new dollar for 10 old ones. That means your mortgage, which is for $100,000, would get down to $10,000. That means your salary, which is $100,000, would go down to $10,000. Things would be relative. Loaf of bread would go down from $2.50 to 25 cents or whatever. And that's the way it would work. It may work differently. I don't know. But you've asked me, and I think maybe that might be the way it would happen. If it doesn't happen that way, and government does it another way, which is totally unfair to the people, they'll end up dead. I mean, they're going to be at an impasse where, they push the public too far, they're going to march on Washington and kill everybody.
Well, But Bob, we're in a digital world and so forth. They could just do it. People could wake up one day and just find out that their accounts have been adjusted because people don't have cash anymore. They're not allowed to take out more than $10,000 cash out of their bank account. So they could very well just easily change the few digits and eliminate a couple of zeros, and there you have it. All done swiftly, quickly, neatly, and not a lot of choices.
Well, my child, if that's the case, what's the best thing to have?
Do loan principals VAT gold? You don't have to worry about it.
Gold and silver coins, they'll always be looked at as money.
Yeah.
And fractional pieces are hard to get. And for those of you who want to have a mixture, and if you can't get silver and gold fractional pieces, other than silver bags, and they're not easy to come by now either, you should be looking in the bullion part of your portfolio, and Melody will tell you what to buy, some of these other smaller coins that are very well known, such as the British sovereign, the Swiss franc, the French rooster, the German mark, and so on. Right, Melody?
Right. I don't go with the marks, and, I try to stick to the if anybody wants any foreign gold, stick with the sovereign, and if you can get the Swiss franc, stay with the Swiss franc. I'm not a believer in any other foreign gold unless that's the last thing available. If that's the only thing you can get, well, then you don't have a choice. But as long as you have a choice, you want to remain with what's recognizable and acceptable. And what I explain is, people don't know where, Maine is on the map. So a lot of these countries with their little foreign currencies and so forth, then it's not acceptable to them. So you want something that's highly acceptable.
You mean like the Uruguayan peso?
Yeah.
They do have it's either 1/5 or 1/4 ounce coin.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not a believer in foreign gold unless that's the last coin of last resort. I mean, you can even buy, because they don't have a 1/4 ounce. They're fraction of what comes. But lots of times, the dealers that sell the foreign gold, they'll say, well, the British sovereign has a 1/4 ounce of gold. Well, it doesn't. The Swiss franc has a 1/5 ounce. Well, it doesn't. It's almost. It's 0.1867. And it's not quite a quarter. And so it can be a little deceiving when people buy it because they think they're getting a 1/4. And I'm just picky like that, So, and I'm still a U.S. coin believer. I mean, you can buy $5 liberties I think $5 liberties is a wonderful coin for bartering purpose and for fractional purposes. That's not quite a 1/4 either, but it's almost a 1/4. So it's a 1/4 of the $20 gold piece. So, at least it's all relative, and it has the same weights and measures of the $20 gold pieces. So he has another question to this. Do loan principal values adjust up or down or not at all?
They'll all adjust downward. They have to. I mean, if you've lost 90% of the value of your currency, how can you pay off a $100,000 mortgage when you're now getting $10,000 a year? It's impossible. So, either that or everybody loses their home to the bank or the government or whatever. People ain't going to be very happy about that. And then, again, the ARs and the AKs are going to come out of hiding, and people are saying, I'm not going to put up with this.
Will the loans just be rewritten?
They'll just be adjusted.
Huh?
There will just be adjustment. A letter will go out, and the letter will say, you don't owe us $100,000 anymore, you owe us 10. I mean, everybody's in the same boat, except the people with gold and silver.
Right. Will prices for groceries go up or down?
It all depends. That's a very, very hard variable. If there's plenty of produce, available, prices will go down. But if there's not, then prices may not go down at all, or may go down 60 or 70%, not 90.
And last question, what is the likelihood of this happening?
9 out of 10.
Another question is in, and we need a few more questions, folks.
Now, wait a minute. I got one right here. It just came in.
Oh. No, I want to do mine.
No, wait a minute.
No.
That's the same one you just got. Did you just do Gerald's?
No.
Huh?
Who? Yes.
Oh. Okay, that's one of the ones he sent it to me, too.
Okay.
But I get some more here.
Well, I got one.
Well, go ahead.
I see that Major General Commanding General Caroy D. Childers, maybe that's a misspelling of his name, maybe General Carol D. Childers, has joined a military suit questioning Barack Obama's qualification to be president. Can you elaborate in this issue?
Very simple. He's not an American citizen. He's an illegal alien. And they've foisted this foolishness upon the American people, and he should be thrown out of office. And now we've got a lieutenant and a general who filed a lawsuit against him. And rightly so. It may not get to the courts for another 4 years, but, the public will have its day.
All right. Go ahead. You have a question?
Yeah, this is from Cliff. I don't even know if it's for the program, but the question is, no, I don't want to do this one, because I got to answer this one. They're asking where to buy their silver, and of course, I have to recommend some silver brokers like Melody. Now, let's see what this one says.
Do you think Madoff was a plant?
Oh, he's a front man. All that money's in Israel. There's no question. I've talked to people in Israel as well as other well-connected people in those circles. And the whole thing was an elaborate scam in which hundreds of people were involved. Unbelievable. It's $100 billion, not 50. They just stole the money. And this guy's sitting in a $7 million apartment. They haven't even charged him. I mean, does that look kosher to you? I don't think so.
That is amazing that he hasn't been charged. Do you know anything about Vanguard precious metals?
Yeah. For those who are stuck in Vanguard, they should use that fund. People who don't have any other choice. My feeling is not to be with